No, it's an important session. I don't think I...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the September 18, 2007 Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioners meeting. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Madam Chairman, all 5 selectmen are present, as is the Town Administrator, John McAuliffe.
Thank you. Before we begin this evening, is there anyone that would like to address the board under citizens' participation? No? Okay. Do you have any announcements?
There's nothing in it.
I don't have any.
You're getting better now.
I have a couple.
Okay.
There's an onset community meeting at the VFW next Monday, September 24th at 7 p.m. for those interested to discuss safety and different issues. This one was, it's last minute, and no fault to Susan Gifford, who got this last minute too, but the Community Events Fund legislation hearing is being heard tomorrow at the State House. So hopefully it's not postponed this time, and we hear positive feedback from that. So those are the 2 that I have.
Anyone else with any announcements?
I have one, Brenda.
Okay.
Senator Pacheco will be in Wareham next Thursday, September 27th at 7 p.m. in the Wareham Town Hall cafeteria. He'll be presenting a program on global warming. The Wareham Land Trust will be sponsoring that event, and we'd love to encourage as many citizens as possible who are interested in that particular topic to come on down. Next Thursday evening, September 27th at 7 p.m. If you need any more information, you can contact either myself or Nancy McHale of the Wareham Land Trust. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. The first item on the agenda, I don't believe we have any bills. The first item is an interview for the Board of Health. Is Mr. Guy Campfina here, any chance? Hi, you want to come on up for a second? How are you this evening?
Have a seat.
Yeah, please. Now, you're applying to be on the Board of Health. And one of the things that attracted me to this application was the wastewater treatment septic inspections. Is that a company you work for up in Raynham? Is that...
I do septic inspections for myself. I work in Raynham, Mass. I work for a company called EarthSource. We're a grease facility. We've been in operation for 2 years. We take all trap grease from Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and we turn it into a biosolid, which is something we use in the land to augment it, to make it better. It's a class 1 biosolid. That's what I do mainly at the wastewater treatment plant. Septic inspections I do on my own. Have been doing that since 1995, the inception of the Title V inspections.
Okay. Do you do work in Wareham?
I do. I'm sorry?
Could you
I'm
use the
sorry.
microphone?
Well, is that better? I do them in the state of Massachusetts, anywhere in the state of Massachusetts. I do quite a bit in Wareham. Yes, I do. I've done septic inspections in Wareham since 1995. Plymouth, the entire area, yes. The furthest I've been is probably up to Pepperell, Mass., and I think out towards the west. I got Medway up in that area there, but yes.
Okay. Only because I'm concerned as far as being on the Board of Health.
Conflict. I thought of the
Yeah.
same thing. I think probably what would be the best thing to do is not to do any inspections in the town of Wareham, to make that a stipulation, because whether you do something right or wrong, it's the implication, so I'd rather stay away from any inspections in the town of Wareham.
Okay,
Absolutely.
excellent. All right. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Campina? Is that how
That's
you
fine.
pronounce it?
I've been called worse.
Well,
That's fine.
I guess just to stay with the point that you just raised, I think that to avoid not only the appearance, but actually to avoid the issue, period. I think that if we're going to do this, we would need at least something in writing to that effect, that there would be absolutely no business conducted in the town where you're engaged in while you're sitting on the Board of Health. In other words, I don't think it's enough just to recuse yourself from properties that you might have been engaged in, I think, or projects that you're involved in. I think it's the other way around. You cannot be involved in any business whatsoever that would come before that board, because I don't think recusal is enough.
That's fine.
Well, if my recommendation would be, if you would be agreeable to that, that you actually file that in writing with the clerk's office, and not that I don't know you, so I would have no reason ever to doubt your honesty or integrity or your word. It's that people in the business, I do not want to have either a complaint or even have a suspicion that somehow they're going before a competitor.
That's not a problem. I agree with that, and that's no problem. If you want something written up, I'll type something up, submit it for approval, and then if you agree to it, then we'll give it to the clerk's
Yeah,
office. whoever you choose it to be,
as
that's fine.
Selectman Savageau said, the town clerk has a file. You're not necessarily an exception to the rule. There is a file down there with anyone that may have done business or is associated in some way that we've all, I think, well, I know I have, just filed, so that if there is a question, someone goes down there and they go, oh, okay, this is why he wasn't in that meeting or wasn't in that thing. So it's just for clarification and
That's fine.
protection for you and for the town, so.
Okay.
John, did you have anything?
Well, I really don't, not for this applicant, but as far as that in writing, I mean, is that going to be for everybody on every board?
Well, since we've revoked SME status, I think the only possible way that we can allow a situation like this would be to have a written disclosure and a written commitment to the effect that I do this sort of business. People that are in my line of business appear before me, and I'm fully disclosing I'm in the business, and that I have no intention of conducting business that could, appear before my board. So I think the way to resolve the issue without the SME status is simply to disclose.
Another point, the reason why I think it's appropriate is because the reports I submit are to the Board of Health, are to the Health Director. So it would be unfair for me to submit a report that I've done in the town of Wareham for him to review when I'd have a relationship with the board. So I agree with you
Exactly.
wholeheartly. In this
Excellent.
particular situation, I think it's the right thing to do.
Excellent.
Others I can't speak of, but in this particular situation, I absolutely be willing to do that, and I think it's the right thing to do.
Well, I think that's
Thank you.
more than generous. I think that's more than fair, and I commend you and congratulate you for having the integrity to be so willing to do that.
I'd just like to thank Mr. Campina for stepping up to the plate and putting his name forward on the Board of Health. I've known Mr. Campina for a long time, longer than probably both of us would want me to say on TV, and glad to see you're stepping up and volunteering for the community. Thank you, Guy.
Thank you.
So, Jim, did you have anything?
No, thank you for volunteering.
Great. Well, thank you for applying. We have, there are 3 applications, so we'll be voting on them next week.
No
So,
problem.
great.
you for your
Thank you
time.
very much
Thank
for
you
coming
again.
in. Have a good evening. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. This was I believe it was the special meeting we had. Is that the one that you were kind enough to take the notes for?
That's correct, Madam
You,
Chair. It's
you,
one of
you
the-
and Jimmy kind of
One of the workshops.
worked together? Yeah,
Conducted.
on one of the workshops, so we just need to approve those.